Hey, have you been wondering your 4-year-old or your 5-year-old or maybe your 8-year-old or 9-year-old, they don't make many attempts in any task. Maybe you feel like thinking that my daughter or my son, they try it for twice or thrice, but they don't try more. I want to motivate him to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, but somehow he gives up, right? Somehow she gives up. So how can I make her understand that upon trying, they will get it right? Have you been wondering this? Now, listen to me. So let me give you examples of experiences that a 1-year-old has, an infant has, a 1-year-old has, an 1.5-year-old or 2.5, 3-year-old have. They have these experiences where they had this keep trying attitude, right? They had this keep trying attitude. They never wanted to stop. When they have taken a certain challenge for themselves, they did not want to stop. They wanted to do it until they succeed. And what happened in the middle? Let me give you a live example. Let me give you a real life example. Okay. So there was a 2.5-year-old or maybe a 3-year-old girl. And then what she was trying to do is, she took a towel. Okay. She took a towel and lay it on the floor. Right. And she wanted to lay it perfectly on the floor without any folds. Right, the towel, she didn't want the towel to have any folds. So yes, she didn't get it at the first attempt. She tried to lay it, and then there were certain folds. Then she pulled a little from this side. Then the another corner of the towel was pulled for little further on the other side. Then she had to go around and pull that corner a little more towards her, and then this corner was moved away. Then she came back. Understood? She has perfected the skill of laying a towel on the floor without any folds, right? She understood how much pressure, with how much force I should be pulling each corner of the towels, and she has done it right. She is very happy now. Now what she has done is, she looked around for another towel. She got a second towel and she is laying the second towel over the first layer of towel, and with a condition that both of them should be laid out perfectly. Right, even the bottom layer shouldn't be moving, it shouldn't be having any folds, even the top layer shouldn't be having any folds, right? So she was trying to do it. No, she didn't get it right. She didn't get it right even at the 5th attempt or 6th attempt. She didn't get it right. But then she still tried. When she was trying to correct the top layer of towel, the bottom layer was moving around. When she was trying to correct the bottom layer of towel, the other end of top layer was moving out. So when she realized laying the second layer of towel was actually difficult, then she kind of again took back the second layer of towel. She kind of dusted in, and then she had a lot of ahs and oohs and ohs and ouches, and why is this not listening to me, or why am I not able to put it down properly, and that kind of she went into that kind of mode. But then she came back and she tried to lay the second layer of towel, right? So ultimately she again took her time, spent time, and perfected the skill of with how much force should I be pulling, so that both the two layers of towels are laid out perfectly without any folds. Yes, that was a very good successful moment for her. Now she looked around again and got a third towel, right? It was a third towel. She wanted to lay this third layer of towel over already existing 2 layers of towel on the ground, on the floor. At this time, she realized that when she was laying the third layer of towel, it's not just one layer that's beneath the third layer that is moving, but there are 2 layers, 2 towels that are moving beneath the third one that she is laying, right? And then it required certain mind, it required her to apply some kind of thinking ability to actually understand. So she was not getting it right, and then she took the towel, she was kind of dusting it around. She was saying, why is this not getting, why am I not getting this right, why is the towel moving, and then she kind of dusts the towel like this, right? And then ahs and oohs and ouches and so much of some kind of disturbing noise, seems to be disturbing noise for an adult, right? She does that. So this kind of situation, all these ahs and oohs and ohs and ouches and the kind of frustration or irritation that the child is trying to put it out, is trying to express in that scenario, is seen as irritation by the adult. The adult is disturbed by this scene. right? Because in the last 10 minutes she's been doing these ahs and oohs and ouches and all these kinds of sounds. So the adult now may be saying, what are you trying to do? Why do you want to do that now? You did it once, you did it twice, you did it for 5 minutes. Why don't you just leave it if you don't get it? There are already 2 layers of towels. You did it. Why don't you just leave it when you don't get it now? Right? We use so many statements just to bring peace at that moment, just to calm down your child's ahs and oohs and ouches and ohs at that moment, right? But let me tell you this child of yours had a keep trying attitude at that age, at when she was an infant, when she was a 1-year-old, when she was a 2-year-old, when she was a 3-year-old. She did have this keep trying attitude. It is only when the adult, or it is only when a different perspective set in, when in this journey of hers to keep trying to get to the challenge, to get to success in the task that she has taken, that this keep trying attitude was killed, right? When the child was judged saying, you're creating so much noise, you're creating so much trouble. I'm in the middle of my office work. Why don't you understand? Why are you screaming out? Why are you yelling out? Why do you want to play with the towel? Why don't you just come and watch videos? Or why don't you just come and do these worksheets? Or why don't you just come for the meal, right? I'm so busy. You're disturbing me. You are making those sounds and it's kind of disturbing me. Why don't you understand me, right? But the child didn't want to trouble you. The child didn't want to trouble you. So now, what happens when these attempts that the child was actually making, the child had the keep trying attitude that every successful person in this world has. And let me tell you, in the entire world, only top 5% of people have that attitude, right? Only the top 5% of people are really successful doing what they love to do in this world out there, right? Now you can just imagine what kind of these success traits that your child already has and that are actually being killed by the way the child is being judged, by the way the child is being pointed at, by the way the child is being blamed, saying you are creating noise in the room, you are creating frustration in the room. It's so irritating when you're making those noises, when you're making those sounds. Why don't you just stop doing it? It may be easy for the adult when you look at it from the adult's perspective. Yes, it was irritating for me. Yes, I was busy with my office work. Yes, I was busy with my kitchen work. And I was in the middle of my meeting and her sounds are disturbing me, right? It is very easy for you to say it. But the attitude, the keep trying attitude that just got wiped away in your child, it is very, very hard to get it back. It will be very, very tough to get it back. And this is not just one experience that your child is actually exercising this attitude. There are umpteen number of experiences that your child constantly wants to keep trying doing it, right? It may not be what you expect him to do at that moment, but he did have this keep trying attitude, right? And when ultimately you actually getting back to the child, when your child is say a little grown up, maybe 7 or 8 or say 10 or 11 or 12 or 13 or 15 or 16, and you are wondering, why does my child does not keep trying whatever he doesn't get at the first instant, right? I want my child, I want to motivate my child. But your 1-year-old did not require any motivation to lay that third layer of towel over already existing 2 layers of towel. It was a very, very challenging task for your child. Your child did not require any motivation. So where did all this motivation go, right? Where did this keep trying attitude go? How did this get wiped away, right? So you are the best judge again. You are the best judge for your experiences that you have with your child. What kind of environment are you providing to your child for him to either nurture this attitude, nurture this keep trying attitude, or are you hindering this keep trying attitude? You can think for yourself. Cheers. Bye-bye.